Hey, what's up YouTube? So I believe there are there's two major money skills that you have to learn. The first one is how to make money. The second one is how to manage money. Now, I believe that these skills should be learned at the same time. And frankly, you might actually learn how to manage your money first. So manage what you have, be grateful for what you have before you go try to get more. Because if you can't manage $1,000, what makes you think you're going to manage 10,000? So I'm going to prove my point. Listen up, make comments, hit like and subscribe, whatever you want to do. But I think there are two major money skills that everybody needs to learn. If you are teaching people how to make a ton of money, but then you don't teach them how to manage it once they make it, what good have you done? If you're teaching people how to manage money, but not how to make more, I feel like that's a little bit better, but I feel like there's a lot of coaches out there. There's a lot of these people that are telling you how to make big money. I've been contacted by several of them, and they're one of them, this marketing, I think it's a scam, but what they'll tell me is like, hey, we made $300,000 last month. I even asked one of the guys, I said, great, what have you done with it though after you earned it? And the guy was like, well, I just earned it. I just keep earning it. And he wasn't telling me what he was doing to manage it afterwards. Was he turning that income into wealth? And he didn't, either he was a scammer and he really wasn't making that much money, or he was completely out of it because he was like, no, I'm not taking this income and turning it into wealth. I'm just taking it and putting it back to make more money. And I'm like, that's fantastic. That's fabulous. So you want to reinvest back into your business. But at some point, you've got to start creating some wealth, creating that pool of money. You got to start managing it in a way that you don't lose it. You got to keep it. I've had so many stories of people that get to millionaire status. They make $1 million, and then they're broke again. It's this cycle of making a bunch of money and then losing it all. And to me, if you make a bunch of money and you learn how to manage it, you get to keep it. And why wouldn't you want to do that as well? Case in point, I just did a study, and you can do this, you can Google this up yourself, but what percentage of six-figure earners are still living or still feel like or report that they're still living paycheck to paycheck? And the answer is quite astonishing, actually. I see that 51% of Americans who make more than six figures still feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. And I believe that's because they don't know how to manage money. They've never learned the skill of managing money. They learned the skill to make money, which is great. And there's a lot of people out there teaching you how to make more money. You know, do the crypto thing, buy a course, get a course, do your course, Amazon influence, whatever it is. Like, go make more money for sure. But once you make it, don't be an idiot with it. Like, turn that income into wealth. That's the whole point. If you're not turning the income into wealth, you're on the treadmill still, but you're just at a higher level on the treadmill. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're building a business right now and you're not storing some of that money that you're bringing to be able to buy back your time or be able to give you that time freedom later, you're still on the treadmill of life. You have to move from making the money to managing it and building wealth, so that wealth can then be used to continue to build continue to pay for you and build your income. You take your income and turn it into wealth, and then you take your wealth and you turn it back into income. And usually when you take wealth and build it back into income, it's passive income. So that your wealth takes care of you. Your wealth takes care of all your bills. Your wealth takes care of all of your needs, so that you actually can stop working on the treadmill and in the hamster wheel, and you can actually have time freedom to be able to build something that's going to be lasting and build that wealth, and then have the time freedom to do some of the things that you want. Now, I had the chance to speak to a crowd recently, and I shared with them, I said, how many of you want to be financially free someday? And I had them all raise their hand if they did. And I said, a common definition of financial freedom is the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want. So my question to you is, if you were financially free today, what would you do? Who would you do it with, and when would you do it? Like, have you ever thought about that? Have you ever actually created a goal and said, if I was financially free, this is what I'd do with my time, my day, my life, and then create a plan to get to that? Well, that's part of learning how to manage money effectively. Part of the skill set of managing money is knowing why you're storing it, knowing why you're building wealth, knowing, because you have to know why. If you can know what and who and how, but if you don't know why you're doing it, you're just going to continue to squander that money. You're going to continue to stay on that hamster wheel because you're just making money for the weekend, or you're making money for the trip, or you're making money for the next thing you want to do, and you're just blowing it. Like, if you make money and you have nothing to show for it, you're doing something wrong. There's a skill set that you haven't yet learned, and that's what I want to share with you. I want to share with you the opportunity to take your income and turn it into wealth. I want you to really build financial freedom. Really build towards having enough money that you no longer have to work, that you're work optional. There's 3 major ways to really build that kind of wealth, and that's another video for another time. But I want to make sure that you recognize that there are 2 sets of skills that you have to learn. Now, if you're really good at managing money, because here's another case in point on managing money. Have you ever met that guy that never seems to have any money, but he always seems to have the latest and greatest and the coolest stuff? That's a guy who may not know how to make money very well, but he can manage it. Here's another really good example. My mom and people in her generation, they could stretch $1. They could make $1 last. Holy smokes. The stuff they could buy with the amount of money that they would get is remarkable. They knew how to do DIY stuff. They didn't waste. If something had a hole in it, they just sew it up. They make it last. And they would really make it last a long time, and they would stretch $1. And it was amazing, the skill set of managing money that she had. And there's a lot of people that are living in, what a lot of people would call maybe low income or poverty, that can stretch $1. I'm amazed at how many people can make things work and make things happen without having a lot of income. And so that is another case in point to the fact that people can manage money and not make very much, but then the people who make a ton aren't managing it either. So I almost feel like we should get somebody who makes a ton of money together with somebody who knows how to manage it really well, and maybe create a partnership where they can, like, hey, you two work together and you go make it, you manage it, and we'll all win together, and we'll all work together and be wealthy together. And that might be true. You might need to get with somebody who's really good at managing money. If you can make money really well, and I had a friend years ago who told me, Paris, I can make money really well. I just don't know where it goes once I get it. It just seems to be gone. And I'm the opposite. I'm the guy like, man, as soon as I get $1, I know exactly where it's going. I save it, I keep it, I maintain it. I build that nest egg. I can manage money really well. I'm actually learning also how to make money really well. I actually do make money pretty well. I can still learn more ways to do it. And that's the thing about these skill sets, is that once you learn how to manage money really well, you can actually, there's other ways to learn. There's people that can teach you even more and even better ways to manage your money. Once you learn how to make money really well, there might be guys out there, and there are guys and gals out there right now that are killing it. Like, if you think you're killing it at $10,000 a month, go talk to a guy making $25,000 or $50,000 a month, and then see what they're doing, and maybe you can scale to that and you can start making more money. I do promise you that the more money you make, the easier it is to manage often, and the better you are at managing money, the more money you make. They kind of play off each other and make life easier. So I highly recommend that you learn how to live within your means and then grow your means. So learn how to manage, learn the discipline it takes to discipline your spending, discipline your money, and get good at managing it, and then learn also how to really grow and expand and go make a ton more money. I hope that you'll take the time to turn income into wealth and build your massive bank account. I hope this helps. Go learn the 2 skills, making money, managing money. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.